All right. Hey, Nancy, how you doing today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking. And I wanted to ask you, how did you feel about that book interview?
It was really great. Got a lot of information. Really valuable, honestly, Will. I really appreciate it.
Look, it was a pleasure. I learned so much from you, and it's gonna help me actually help other people in your industry. Like, man, I've been talking to so many people already, and they value all of those strategies that I've been sharing with them. And I don't know if you've taken advantage of any, but all I know is that the other competition that you have, when they take advantage of this, you might want to jump on it. So let's talk about it. What can we do for you? So I'm gonna share my screen with you right now, and we're just going to go through asking you some questions about your personal business because, I want you to see how you can generate. Remember when I showed you that slide about like getting that $400,000 in additional revenue just from the increases of 50% in certain areas? Like,
Hmm.
what would you do with that money? What would you do with that money if you had it?
Well, honestly, I mean, my husband and I, we really want to retire. I mean, we're not going to retire on an extra 100,000, but we're looking to retire in a few years, and if we keep doing that for a few years, that can be really good.
Look, I hear you, you being able to retire, take that money, enjoy it. I can't wait for it. So when it comes down to it, Nancy, let's talk about it, right? Let's get specific in you. We talked about the industry for the interview, but let's talk about you, okay? So I did a little bit of research on your business already, and I got an idea, but I want to hear specifically from you how we can make it all work, okay? So let me ask you this. Why did you start your business?
Well, it's a crazy story. When I was younger, my mother used to ask me to cut color and perm her hair. And I told her I'd basically call the local beauty salon and even pay for it because I knew I'd make mistakes in her hair. Like that wasn't my thing. But I was in the cosmetic industry for years. Then I
Okay.
sold it. But I had this passion in helping women feel so much better about themselves, increase their self-confidence, and help them achieve their true potential. So I was between businesses when this one came on the market. But I found it was a great way to purchase a beauty salon because women feel so much better when they leave than when they came in.
Yup.
And they're of course happy about the results that they got. So I decided to buy the store, and I've enjoyed it every step of the way.
That's amazing. So when exactly did you start it?
In 2016, I purchased it.
Okay. And then let me ask you this, right? What role do you play in it? Like, are you one of those CEOs where you got to work in your business and that you can't just work on your business?
Well, I am the owner.
Okay.
I'm the only owner. I do the managerial role, so I hire the women to do the hair. So I have 5 women that do hair. I
Okay.
have 2 nail technicians. I have one receptionist. She comes every Thursday, Friday, Saturday on my busy days. And
Okay.
by the way, these are all employees. They're on my payroll. They don't rent the chairs out.
Uh,
And I basically make sure that everything goes well and smoothly. Like the women come in, I make sure they put their slippers on, take the hard boots off, get their cup of coffee or tea and some biscuits. And then, they're either waiting or they're going straight to the lady. Usually they go straight to the lady, to one of the gals to start their hair.
all right. So that's good. That's good. And you got them on payroll. Just so I know for like, I guess a question that I have in the future, how are you set up? Like, as far as your business structure, are you a LLC, a S corp? Like, are you like what's your structure?
Yeah, I'm an LLC.
Okay, LLC. And do you choose to get taxed as an S corp or no?
Um,
That's
I
more of
do.
a, you say you do?
I
Okay.
do.
All right. I just want to make sure,
Yeah.
because there's a question that I have about your CPA, and I want to actually build a relationship with them, due to making sure that we actually put immediate money in your pocket. So if you could, you just give me a little bit of information about that when I ask for it. You know, I would love for you to not only see how much money we're going to generate you, which is over 100,000 now, but then have that money in your pocket when we first start working together. If you choose to start working with me, I think you'll love it. So, where do you see your business in the next 5 years? as
Well,
far
I
as
honestly,
staff and revenue? I'm sorry.
no, no, you're good. Honestly, in 3 to 5 years, like I want to sell the business.
And so I heard you say that you want to sell the business, and I didn't know it was going to be that soon. But we can definitely get you there. And then, now we're going to have to actually do a little bit of evaluation of your company, just so we can understand, if you were to sell your business within that 5 years, what is it going to be worth to an investor or somebody that wants to purchase it? The model that you have, I mean, come on now, who doesn't have hair? Well, there are some people who don't have hair, but they still want to get it done and feel good, and you have that expertise at actually doing that. So I get it, you want to sell your business, but before you sell your business, is there any idea of how much staff you want and how smoothly you want it to be running? Like, do you have all your processes documented and everything?
We don't. I mean, we have some health regulatory things going on. Those are all done.
Okay.
But when it comes to systems, I have a software that now the girls are starting to use for inventory, things like that. Um, I want another one for my front desk so that she could sell more products while she's taking their payments. Uh, but to be honest, I know systems they need to be done. A little bit
Okay.
overwhelming, Will,
Okay.
but I know it has to get done.
Okay. So I got you. And yeah, it can be very overwhelming if you're not actually like structured properly, right? We got to have that system in place. And we want it to be anybody that's going to buy it, they have to know that when they come in, it's plug and play. Right? They're just plugging in with their people or whatever it may be, or they keep the existing people. We want your people to stay employed. And so, we want them to just to be a smooth transition. Nancy in, or Nancy out, because she's enjoying her life with the extra 400,000 she got. And then you got the new person coming in and they're smooth and seamless. All right. So let me ask you this, right? Let's get to the tough part, right? What are the biggest problems that you currently face in your business? Give me three, please.
The first ones is that I have some areas of underutilization.
Mm,
So filling those would be one of the first one. We do have a loyal customer base that comes month after month and some week after week. These are all women that are referred by family and friends, and
okay.
that's how we really have grown. Really by talking to each other. My second biggest problem, and I'm going to call it my problem 2, 3, 4, 5, it's really heavy for me, is I'm implementing something new right now. And
Okay.
it's keeping me so busy because there's so many moving parts and I'm working out all the putting together things nicely. And that's the hard part, to be honest. It's taking a lot of my time.
Okay.
And the
All right.
third one, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. I wanted to ask on the one and two. Can you kind of give me a little bit of information on, you said areas of underutilization. What do you mean by that?
So I have some women, I mean, like on most days, I only have my two out of the five hairdressers that are working.
Okay.
They're full time. My three other ones, they come Thursday, Friday, Saturday, my busy days.
Okay.
So that's the underutilization. But I'm
Okay.
hoping with my project that I'm implementing, that's going to help take that over, and solve the underutilization problem.
So you want them to be able to like all five of the stylists to be in and filled with customers throughout the week, right? I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be really great.
All right. Cool. And then I think you said it, was that because you're only doing referral based marketing so far? Like,
Well, it's very possible that is the main reason because I've done some marketing in the past, didn't work, so I just stopped wasting my time and money, to be honest. And we just do word of mouth. And again, with my new project, I think it's gonna really really help um, bringing in more women. And I might even have to hire a few more hairdressers and nail. Um, yeah, I think it'll work really really well.
okay, that's perfect. So, I mean, you kind of keeping me curious as to what this new process is and what are you trying to implement? I'm curious. So, what is it? If you
Yeah,
don't mind
so
me asking.
So I'm not sure the name yet. For now, I'm calling it an experience event, but the best way to
Okay.
describe it is think of a wedding.
Yep.
And in
Yep.
a wedding, you have a bridal party. You have
Yep.
the bride, her mom, his mom, bridesmaids, sisters, aunts, cousins, friends, and all these women are involved in the wedding preparation.
Yep.
There can be a lot of tension and conflict with these women during those times. And so my goal is to have a one-stop shop for all these women on the day of the wedding, where they come in
Oof.
and do their hair, nails, makeup. They're going to even have a massage therapist to pamper themselves, on the chair massage. We're going to have a videographer or photographer, depending on their budget, to capture all the fun. We're going to bring a caterer so that we're going to have some finger foods, some champagne. The bride's going to get to choose gifts for her group. So everyone's going to get a goodie bag before leaving, like nail polish color, a written message on a t-shirt, a DVD or USB with the pictures or videos, something like that, so that
Ooh.
we'll be able to, create that package that way. Yeah, it's going to be something different, honestly. Will It's going to be really great, and there's nobody in this area doing this, so
Yeah.
it's gonna go well.
Woo, like that, like it's gonna blow away your competition. Okay, so far, everybody who I talked to, as far as like people who are in your industry, they came up with some good ideas, but that one is very, very, very promising. And I had some ideas myself. I was like, why don't we just increase the number of customers that you have through actually getting you kind of marriage clients, right? Let's talk to people who are accepting marriage clients because the women are gonna need their hair done. That in school. So I had some ideas already, but woo, that was phenomenal because you went above and beyond on what you
Thank
could
you.
offer. And so, we made it light, but I gotta go back to the bat for 1 second, right? Just to hear about what's that third problem that you face in your business.
Yeah, thank you. I'm working 60 to 80 hours a week. So I'm yeah, it's a lot of hours. And I want to retire with my husband, and these things, it's just taking time away from my husband now. Um, so I gotta work on that one.
I definitely understand. Time
Mhm.
freedom is huge. So look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure. I don't know what you're currently paying yourself right now through your LLC that gets tagged as an S corp, but all I can say is with an extra $100,000. I mean, I think you can buy yourself your time back and hire the proper staff to train up and replace you. So, let's do that. And then, hey, like you said, maybe we generate more than 100,000. And you say, look, let's just focus on selling the company.
That
We could
sounds
do
good to
that as
me.
well. We could do that as well. So
Awesome.
look, Nancy, I thank you so much for giving me the background. So that you're doing a great job. I think we're doing great on time. Let's keep it up. So again, as I told you, look, when it comes to doing the valuation of your business, this is just an estimate of how much you could sell your company for. I get that you want the time freedom, and you keep mentioning that. You mentioned that in your second and third, problem. You kind of mentioned it in your first, the underutilization. Time is of the essence. So with it come with coming down to it over the past 3 years, has your revenue been steady, growing, or declining? Right. And so we're going to talk about that as a percentage in relation to, like, you just tell me, hey, it's going by 10%. Like, for you actually, like, how's it been going?
So we're one of the first non-essential businesses to shut down when COVID hit. So that really impacted us quite a
Oh
bit.
my gosh.
But as an overall, we are growing at about a 5 to 6% increase per year.
Okay, cool. So, wow, yes, COVID, it definitely impacted a lot of people. And you
Mm-hmm.
had people doing their hair at home. So, I'm glad that you guys were able to recover because I saw videos, TikTok videos and pictures of people doing, even celebrities doing their hair at home. And I was like, yeah, you won't be a celebrity anymore with that style that you're doing. So you, in my book, are essential.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
for your industry, right? I already talked to a lot of your competitors, but I want to hear from you. Is your industry in a steady state or growing or declining?
It is. It is. We're at actually the same thing, about 5 6%.
Okay. So cool, right? You're standing in with the industry, and then if you were to sell the like all the inventory, right? All the shampoos, all the conditioners, all the chairs, and the building all of it, right? What do you think you would get for your whole entire business?
Well, I mean, what I didn't tell you is I did buy the building. And if I would sell the building and all the inventory in it, I'd probably get something like 200,000 for it.
Okay. Now, I didn't know you were like McDonald's and in the real estate business. Like people think they're in the hamburgers and fries business, but they're not. They're in the real estate business as well. So, that's great to hear that you bought the building. Wow, phenomenal. Like that's
Yeah,
called
thank you.
you're doing successful. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so, do you have like your financials prepared by an accountant that gives you historical, current, and even predicted revenue and expenses? Now, a lot of people, their accountants, they do historical current, but they don't do predictive revenue and expenses.
That's a really good question. So I do have financials prepared by an accountant. I do get a quarterly look at them.
Okay.
We do compare historical to current, but we definitely don't do anything with predicted.
Yeah, that predictive piece, you want to know those numbers so that when you're ready to sell it, still question. It's no question. We want that predictive piece. So do you have any one customer? I already know this answer, but I gotta still ask it. Do you have any one customer that accounts for at least 15% of the overall revenue? And if you say anything but no,
I
like, oh,
don't.
okay, I want to say, what high performing client are you serving? But that's a celebrity. All right, so are a large extent of all your system processes, policies, and procedures in place? You answered me. You said you got for the health guidelines, but for other things, you can definitely use a little bit of structure in
Yep,
there.
yep,
Okay.
exactly.
All right, and then for your marketing and sales processes, are those documented so that sales are predictable? Mm-mm.
No, I
Say
mean, I
word of
don't,
mouth.
yeah, I don't do marketing.
Okay. And then I think so. Is your business model scalable, right? Can you handle more clients and then it's just blowing up astronomically?
I could.
Yeah. All right. So, with that idea that you came up with, you gotta be prepared for all the success that you're gonna achieve. So please be ready for it. All right. And then
Okay,
is a large percent of your business recurring revenues? I would say so because you're saying that people are coming in there rescheduling and that's great. That's
absolutely.
great.
Yep, yep.
So, have you had an idea of, I mean, you probably did because you had this idea of possibly selling. So, have you ever had your business perform evaluation before? And what has it been valued at?
I have not been like I have not gotten evaluation at all.
Okay, okay. So, look, the system generated a number already. We're just gonna leave it in the box. But man, if you could sell this for $600,000, just think about that. Oof. You oh man, I'm sure you'd be happy with that. So I just want to make sure you're thinking about that. All right, so when it comes down to it, you gave me a lot of information that is so valuable because there is so much room for improvement, and you gave your idea yourself. Like you're doing a lot of great things and you're already having great success, especially compared to everybody that I talked to see you have even more success is going to be phenomenal. So let's start with something that I know is called the market dominating position, right? You're
Okay.
unique, you are unique, right? But it doesn't matter to all your prospects, right? People coming in saying, "Hey, I need to get my hair done. Can you help me?" Right? We got to make sure they know it's a hot button issue for them to get their hair done, right? So a market dominating position is basically a unique selling proposition or a distinctive advantage that targets the hot buttons of your market. This is the foundational element of marketing. A powerful market dominating position has been known to increase a business's revenue by as much as 50 to even 75%, right? So remember I showed you 50% in the interview, like this right here is a key part in it. Okay? So let me give you some examples so you can understand of, how this works, right? So a dentist offers like they offer dental services at copay prices to non-insured patients. Think about how many people are scared of insurance because the prices are so high. I've seen it myself, and yeah, even with self-employed, I mean, you probably have to deal with it. I don't know if you offer company benefits, but yeah, those prices can be very high. Whew. I talked to you. You in the interview, you saw my baby girl. She was in the interview with me because we're teaching her how to be a young businesswoman, right? And hey. I want to put her in a daycare that guarantees that she will be reading at a second grade level before she enters into kindergarten, right? If I can find a daycare that does that, phenomenal, right? A real estate
Absolutely.
agent. A real estate agent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know you feel it. I know you feel it. So, and until I find out, she's sticking with me and she's going to be learning from daddy on how to run a business.
I love
So
it.
we got a real estate agent that guarantees to sell your house within 29 days. And if they don't, they can sell it for free. Oh, talk about hiring free workers. Oh my goodness. A personal trainer that guarantees you'll lose a certain amount of weight prior to your wedding day. Wedding day. So look at, all those women coming in, they're hot and fabulous, right? They're ready to be get their hair to match their bodies. Phenomenal. And then what about an online course that guarantees that you'll have a job within 30 days of graduation? So you see how like these offers are so compelling. Like who one, there's no competition. They're blowing them out the water. And then the clients, they can't turn that down. So I feel like with what you're about to do, with what you're trying to implement, whew, that's going to be a lot of benefits. That all-in-one stop shop, like for those wedding parties and before they happen, the bridal parties. You got something really good there. So I'm gonna put that down, but I want to hear from you. From your current clients, what do you offer to your clients that separates you from all your competitors? And trust and believe me, hey, remember, I know your competitors. So
Well, definitely the experience event. I mean, like I said, nobody's doing that in this area. So I think that is really huge. I mean, we all went to the same school, so we all studied in the same place. We do give it an incredible service. Like our women, they will not think of going anywhere else. You know, until the day that we actually changed the one of our amazing rules that made us so different was only women, no children, no husbands. I lost. Yeah, it was it was a tough decision, but it was one of the best. I lost one woman. She's got 9 children, and I get
oh,
it. She's probably gonna end up coming back one of these days. But other than that, I mean, I hire. Like I have employees, right?
nope.
They're on my payroll. Um, we have a place of relax. We call it a guilt-free self-care, where they come to get pampered and they come have fun taking care of themselves and leave with less stress than they came in. A place to unwind without the kids and the husbands that they got 7, 7, 24, you know?
Right.
Um, yeah, so those are the main things that I can think of.
That's really good. And I will make sure that as I'm talking to different businesses that I recommend a low cost daycare provider to that young lady that has 9 children. Oh my goodness. Whew. So, I feel for her and we want you to get that client back because
Yeah, thank
that would
you.
be one way to increase your revenue, right? So
Yeah.
when it when it comes down to it, like when it comes down to it, right, are those benefits that you just told me about, which are all great, are those based on the hot buttons of people that, visited your business and actually came to you, right? Like, is it based off the problem that they have and don't want, or the solution that they want but don't have?
Well, I mean, the fact, I mean, they come in less stressed. They come in with stress and leave with less stress. I mean, that's one thing I'm gonna presume that they are looking for that. I mean, they want to look good. That's what they want to look at, right? They want to make sure that they're gonna look good for the week or for the month. Um, they want to feel good about themselves, so they
Mhm.
do get that. I mean, I think so.
Yeah, no, hey, less stress, right? Nobody wants to feel stress, and then looking better. When you feel good, you look good, and when you look good, you feel good. So I love it, right? So we're there. So if you, right, if we could create a market dominating position that addresses both the problems of your clients, right? A lot of people are stressed and got anxiety. I just want to make sure we're on the same page with that. And then the results that you provide, right? By what percentage would that actually impact your business? Like, what do you think?
I mean, that could be really big. I'm going to call it 25, 30%. You said 50 to 75 earlier. Yeah, I'll say 25, 30%.
Yeah, 25, 35% sounds amazing. But, I want to make sure that I'm just very, very conservative because I don't want to go over and above and beyond with growth. But, I definitely love the fact that you said that. And, I'm going to just cut it in like a half or a third. I'm just going to say 10%. Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
And then if we were to walk through your business, right, and ask all of your employees what your market dominating position was or that unique selling proposition, to what degree do you think that I would get that same answer? I love talking to people, so do you think they would all say the same thing?
Well, I mean, they may not say the exact same words, but they are definitely on the same page. They don't know about the experience yet, but everything else, they're pretty much on the same page.
Okay, cool. So, I'm gonna test that theory out just to see what happens. But, I feel like you're right about that because experiences, come on now, they know they give a great experience and they want tips and everything else. So they want people paying above and beyond.
Hmm.
So if we could articulate your unique benefit in a single sentence, right, that gives you a market dominating position, like some of those examples I listed, and have your staff use it when speaking to everybody, right? Remember,
Hmm.
even your clients, right? You said they're doing word of mouth referrals. So if they can use that while they're going out talking to everybody, by what percent do you think that would impact your business?
I mean, again, that could be another really big one. I'll call it 20, 25%. I mean, it's eight ladies that are going to be out there. I mean, they're already speaking, but I
Yep.
mean, if they have a specific sentence, like something that really differentiates instead of the whole list that says in 5 seconds, it could be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, don't forget to let your clients know that they can use it as well. That like they're gonna,
Hmm.
hey, why are we choosing this stylist over here? Or why are we choosing you, right? And Nancy's your business as opposed to somebody down the street that they can
Hmm.
find on Google, right? That may be even closer to them.
Hmm.
They're using, they're like, nope, I'm not going anywhere. I'm stress free. I got my great experience. I look good and I feel good. Mm-mm. So if they know that, they're not leaving. You got a loyal customer, like you said, you already have, and then they're gonna generate more loyal customers as they have for you with that word of mouth experience. So again, I'm gonna be conservative and just 10%. All right.
Perfect.
So, you said you barely do any marketing, which is phenomenal that you're having such great results. So I just kind of say, hey, you're missing out on the digital space, right? One thing I did see your competitors do is that they actually like will upload photos to their social media just to show and videos like of the process. So I mean, really shouldn't be giving you this information, but because I like you so much, I just want to let you know what your competition's doing so you can beat them. It's fun. It's fun beating competition. So, I mean, do you even have a digital marketing strategy right now? Is that something you do?
I really don't.
Oh, wow. Okay, so no digital marketing strategy.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's too
And
much. It's just too much for me, to be honest. I just don't have the time for it.
that 60 to 80 hours a week. I, I,
Yeah,
I get it. I understand, right? So, I mean, what about a website? Do you have a website?
I do have a website, but
Okay.
yeah, I do.
And does that generate any leads for you? Like any clients?
I don't know. I don't really send people there. I mean, I think my website is just there for, for people to know that I'm there and that I exist.
Yep. So it's kind of like a credibility piece. All right.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had an idea like when you said it's too much time for you. But your stylist might actually be very tech savvy and it could be effortless for them, especially to set up a ring light, get the phone, just set it up and just record their process and how they're actually entertaining and then submit that video footage to that videographer or photographer that you plan to hire for those experiences. And wow, they can show their work and All you need is one bridal party to happen. And if you offer everything that you, I'm sorry, I just, my
That's
mind went,
interesting.
hey, my mind went to the place of creating that whole imagery for you so you could see how what you got is gonna take off. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So,
very interesting.
um, I don't know. Do you think that you're getting any leads from marketing online and like social networks and different groups and blogs? Like, I mean, it don't sound like you're really doing any of that.
I'm not. I mean, I don't have time for blogs either. I mean, I network a little bit, but it's more my gals that do the networking when they're out talking birthdays and this and that. I mean, I network a little bit, but not much.
Okay. And you know, I think that your employees actually do and are able to generate sales from that. And so, right, how many sales would you think that once your girls are out networking with other people, do you think that that brings in business for them? Do you like any idea?
I mean, I really don't. I really don't know. I have no idea. I mean, when they speak to women, I mean, that's how we've grown.
Yep,
We're up to about 75 women now.
yep.
Um,
So that's good. And
yeah.
I just want to say on a monthly basis, maybe they bring in, maybe three new clients. So I'm just taking a guess. I would say that I'm sure they're saying something, and then plus if they have any type of results to show, it's going to generate more business for you. So, I mean, what did you think of my idea? Like, if we did that, right? You got the videography, photography, and we're showing that experience happen, or even the current experience that you offer right now, right? Where
Mhm.
women are coming in and you can take pictures of them and do like before and after shots. And we put that on social media. How much do you think that would boost your business, especially in your area? I mean, other people might travel from across the country just to experience what you're doing.
Again, I think it would be big. Again, I know there's a lot of people that put this into, in their business and it does help them. I mean, I'm going to call it 15-20%.
Okay, that's fair enough. And 15 to 20%, like, mm, I think it will be way more, especially where the marketing piece isn't there, especially digitally. But once you show, but I'm cool with that. We can do 15%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll do the 15%.
Okay.
I have no problem with that. So, I just want to look at something, right? Oof. This is crazy. You're not gonna believe it, right? So, remember when I actually promised that we would actually get you to 100,000? I
Yeah.
just showed you two strategies, just two, and they were off the top. I know that with the great unique experience that you're having, we could do increase of prices, not even crazy amount, right? We could offer additional products and services. We could do a host of different things, right? And I have ideas for all of it. And look, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you want to get back to your husband and use the time that you have, right? You woke up so early with me today, and I'm so thankful for it. And I just want to show you, like, off of just the simple suggestions that we had, you got an expected increase in revenue of $136,000. Does that sound good to you? Like $136,000? I think you will buy you some time back.
I think that's great.
That's
Now,
great.
I mean, got to see that money though, but yeah.
Okay, you got to see it. So okay, cool. I would love for you to see it too. Now, look, I just want to let you know there was two things that I did for you, right? I said, hey, Nancy, you need to have a market dominating position or a unique selling proposition, right? So we talked about what were the hot buttons, and you got to use those hot buttons to structure it into an actual sentence that everybody remembers that just draws people in, right? So that's one. And the other thing was you got to start showing your work and that wonderful experience that you're offering. And then even when you have the implementation of this new idea that you have, you gotta really sell it. Video, pictures, all of that. So, I mean, like I said, I would love to go through more areas of implementation for you, but I don't need to because I held my end of the deal and I got you to the 100,000. Um, so what's your strategy for implementing what I just told you?
I mean, I have no idea. I don't know where I would start, to be honest, but I know it has to be done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, come on now. I mean, you said you want more money, and why would you miss out on $136,000 that I just found for you? I mean, you'd be crazy too. I'm just saying. I don't know. So I'm gonna ask you this. You saw what I was able to do, and you see that there's so many more areas that I can help you. Would you like my help?
It all depends on like how much you charge. Do you guarantee your stuff, how you work? I
Oh,
mean, I definitely have questions.
yeah, okay, cool. Well, guess what? I have questions too, and I don't really want to tell you how much the cost is and things like that. Not early on because I have my criteria that I have to work with. I have a lot of high-paying clients, and trust and believe me, like you, I do not want to add more time if it's not worth it, right? So I'm actually going to take you through, a little gauge to see if it's actually it makes sense for us to work together. So I'm gonna ask you a couple quick questions. Is that if that's cool with you, right?
Sure,
All right. So, you said that you do have the capacity to handle an influx of customers.
I do.
Okay. I agree that, you do. You mentioned that you want to have more clients in throughout the week and, have all girls working, all your stylists, nail tech, and everybody, right? Receptionists. So, hey, and take some of that workload off of you. Um, if we implement the idea that I you came up with, but I know how to make come to life, oh man, this is gonna be phenomenal. So yeah, you got to be ready to actually have those girls and even hire more. So as far as we talked about it, the established policies and procedures in place and actually follow, we got to work on that, right? So would you be willing to work on that and like put stuff in place so that when you want to sell this business off, everything's good to go?
I mean, there's no question about it that I'm willing to definitely put the work into it. That's for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Um, so yes, I mean, I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
All right, but we know you don't have that in process right now, okay?
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Yep. And then when it regards to, you say you're willing to put the work in. I love to work with people who are willing to put the work in. I because trust and believe me, it takes a little bit of work, right? About 20%. We talked about the 80-20 rule, right? We're gonna focus on the 20% that generates all that revenue for you. So, we just look, we're gonna work together. I got your back. I guarantee that what I can do works, and I just want to see you be successful. So, I'm gonna change up a little bit of things that you're doing, but I promise you that it won't add too much more time. Like, can you handle an extra like 3 to 4 hours a week of just like doing some things that will really put that $100,000 in your bank account?
Listen, if it sounds reasonable, and I agree to them, yeah, I'm definitely open to it.
Okay, cool. And you're open to changes, right? So that you can grow.
Yes,
Okay. All right. And then would you say that you're coachable?
I am.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how hungry are you to get that 100,000? I mean, to me, you sound very hungry and desperate for some more free time, but so you can spend some more time with hubby. But I mean, I don't know. Is that a scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel?
I mean, I'm definitely willing to do it. I mean, call it an eight,
Oh,
nine. I mean, I'm definitely ready to do whatever it takes.
okay. Yeah. Okay. See, yeah, remember, as I told you, I got a lot of high paying clients, and I don't think it makes sense for us to work together if you're only at 8 or 9. Like all my clients, they're tens or above. Like usually they answer like 35 if I ask them that question because they're super hungry. They just seen how much money I generated for them, and they saw we didn't even get to other strategies. So they're like, what if we got to the other strategies? Their mind starts going crazy. But it's okay if you're like a 7 or 8, or I don't think we should work together. So Nancy, it's been great. I enjoy.
But wait, hold on, Will. I mean, I still want to know more. I mean, I am willing to do whatever it takes. I think my biggest struggle is basically that I am, like I'm already working sometimes 80 hours a week. I don't even have time for myself to breathe. Forget about even hanging out with my husband.
Right.
Like I don't have time to even for myself, but I mean, it really depends on, if it's only a few hours a week, I mean, I'll do whatever I have to do. I mean, I need to retire. I need to get out of here in a few years.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I mean, you sounded like you wanted that extra time back, and I promise you, even with that 3 to 5 hours that I'm gonna ask you to do certain thing, I won't take it and add it to that 60 to 80 hours that you're working. I'll just reallocate your time so that we find the 3 to 5 hours within that 60 to 80 hours. So, I mean, if I did that, would that put you at the 10 or above? Because remember, I only work with 10 or above. So unless you say that, we're not moving forward.
Interesting. Well, yeah, no, definitely a 10.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we're on the same page. I don't waste my
Mhm.
time because my time is very valuable as yours is too, and I would never do that to you.
I
Okay?
appreciate that.
You're welcome. So when it comes down to it, right, we got to talk about what we're gonna do in prioritization. Now, when somebody contracts me, they work with me for a whole entire year, and honestly, my clients they work with me for at least 3 to 5 years because I got so much goods to give them, and they just are hooked. But I think that it would be great for us if we were to start working together to get the jump on things, right? And I say immediately. So today, what is it, April 11th, right? And so I'm going to say if we were to work together starting today, right? And then we work on a market dominated position, putting that into play, and then making sure that messaging goes across to our digital aspect, right? With the website and then advertisements online, right? Not even paper, but just online, right? Instagram, Facebook, and then just doing little things, right? The word of mouth and the buzz is going to be phenomenally crazy. But look, it takes a little bit of time to implement that stuff. So we're just gonna say it takes about 3 weeks for that, and then we're gonna test it out how well it's doing, and we're gonna say about 3 weeks for that, right? So with that being said, look, off of 6 weeks alone, here we go, right? 6 weeks, 6 weeks, right? We should be able to see that $136,000. Wouldn't that be phenomenal for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
And even if we only see a portion of that, I think it would be still phenomenal, right? Because guess what? All we're doing is we're working to build back time. And I told you, I got a whole bunch of different strategies that we would be able to implement, and that will last you for at least 52 weeks. At least 52 weeks. So the key thing is week by week, we're going to buy back more of your time. More revenue means more of your time and more of you separated from the business and just establishing your businesses to be sold off within that, 5 years that you mentioned. Okay. So, off of this, I could generate a report for you that I could send to you after, but that's only if you want it. And, I mean, if you choose not to work with me and move forward, hey, cool. I know for a fact you're gonna miss out on that $136,000. Are you okay with that?
How do I work with you? I mean, give me some information.
Okay. So again, when it comes down to it, right? Like off of what I showed you so far, I know we can do some magical things. Oh my God, I just know it, right? So for my clients, right, usually they either pay me 50,000 up front, right? So that's one option. And I'll break down how this actually works for you, in the sense of how that, remember the 3 to 5 hours, we'll break it down, right? So there's gonna be some homework that I have for you to do, right? Maybe about 1 or 2 hours of like different videos that I'm gonna have you watch, right? Now, if you don't watch it on your own, we're gonna watch it together. But I would highly advise you to watch it on your own. Okay? I'm just letting you know we're gonna make the best use of our time. Either way, this homework has to get done. So do it on your own, watch the videos, and then we'll meet up and we'll talk out a different strategy. Then we'll have that strategy be implemented. Now, I may suggest different resources to you for you to utilize so that you can implement it, and then we'll review that, right? So, homework, spend about an hour together. Homework is like 2 hours. Take that time to watch the video, really soak it in, and create that strategy behind it. Then you're gonna jump on a call with me on a Zoom call. We'll talk it out for an hour, and then we'll see what the results are from that. Next week, we'll do the same exact thing, same process. Okay, so it's gonna only take
Okay.
about 3 to 5 hours. But yeah, 50,000 up front, right? Or hey, if the 50,000 up front doesn't work for you, guess what we could do? We could do $6,000 per month. So It's up to you. Now, so $6,000 per month is $72,000 for the year, okay? Or you could pay that $50,000 up front. How you feeling? Which one do you want to go with?
That's like way above my. I mean, I come out with 40 grand at the end of the year. I knew I wouldn't be able to afford you, but yeah, I can't do that.
What do you mean? Which one you can't do?
I can't do the 50 grand. I can't do the 6,000 a month. Like that's like way above my what I could even think of.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? We said we're gonna generate 136,000 or at least be on the target for hitting that within 2 to 3 months. So you're saying 136,000 isn't worth 50,000 and it isn't worth $6,000 a month? Like, no,
It's not that it's not worth it. I just don't have that right now.
you don't have it. Okay. So why do you feel you don't have it? Because I mean, you generate a pretty good revenue, and when it comes down, I know revenue and profits they're different, but I feel like I could cut some of your costs, and actually put more money in your pocket. Especially, remember I told you I wanted to talk to your CPA about how you were structured. So, you know, if I could find the $6,000, which I feel like I did, would you be able to pay that, or do you want to go with the 50,000?
I make 40 grand a year.
Mm-hmm.
So if I take out 6 grand, that's a quarter of what I make every year.
Okay.
I'm not going to be eating. We're going to be taking our food off our table.
I
So
would
right now,
never do.
I just can't do that 6 grand a month. It's just not going to work, unfortunately.
Okay, so I definitely hear what you say. I would never take food off your table, nor will I add any more stress to what you're already going through with that 60 to 80 hours a week. So guess what? I don't cut my costs. I don't cut my costs for anything. But I will offer a revenue share. So when it comes down to it, right? I guess I could take it down to $5,000 a month, but off of every additional client that I get you, I gotta get at least 15%. Is that fair? If I blow your business out the water and I take 15% of, every client that you're bringing in the door, I mean, is that fair to make cover the cost?
I mean, that 15% is fine. It's just I can't do 5 grand. I'm not going to be able to get there, unfortunately.
Okay, cool. So the 15% was fine, but it was the 5 grand that was the issue.
Yeah, I definitely can't do 5 grand.
Okay, so how close to the 5 grand can you get since you're not willing to do the 50? We won't even actually talk about that.
I mean, I'm gonna be really frank, Will. I mean, it's embarrassing to say this, but like I really can't afford more than 1,500. And I'm talking about I'm taking money out of my retirement to do that.
Oh, look, I understand how times in business can be hard, and oh man, let's just all right. Let's look at it. Let's look at it because I really don't want to do this because this is kind of be unfair, but I mean, let's just look at it, right? So if I was to only charge you, I know you said 1,500 and it's taking money, but you have the money in your retirement account. And I know I could find you other money just by just maybe some things in your business that you might be paying a little bit too much for. But if I took it to the 2,000, right? And I'm sorry, but I gotta do it. I gotta find my money. I gotta find my money. So like, I mean,
Yeah, 50% is a lot.
it sounds like a lot, right? But that's generating new clients for you, and you're gonna get a great return. Remember, we only hit two areas. Now, look, Nancy, one, I want to point out that I know for a fact I can increase your revenue. Okay? I know for a fact. You saw me. I went from $6,000 to $2,000. But what did I do? I said, so we're both having skin in the game, and I'm committed to you and willing to get you to the success, I said, look, I'm going to be your equal partner. And whatever success we create together, hey, I get 50% of that. But I know for a fact we're going to get you to success. We're going to get you that 136,000 and beyond, right? You're only focusing on 136,000. Remember when I told you my clients actually stay with me for more than 1 year? You
Hmm.
remember that?
Hmm.
They actually stay with me for more than 1 year because they're generating more than $400,000 in revenue. They're two areas of what we went over. It's over 100% return on an investment. So are you willing to have triple digit return on investment?
I can, but will 50% is way too much. I definitely can't go 50%.
So okay, so the 50% is too high. What would be fair to you? If I'm putting in all this work, I cut down my pricing. What is fair to you?
I
Because
mean,
remember, we don't have to work together. I just want to make sure we understand that that's on the table. I would love to, and oh my God, ah, I'm a businessman of integrity, and I do not. I just want to say your competition, they're working with me, and I would hate for them to take all the clients that you have. I mean, experience. I mean, you didn't implement your new idea yet, and you say you don't really have the time to do it. So I would never share your idea with them. But I can say for experience to experience, I mean, I'm sure you do, but they're doing digital marketing and their word of mouth is actually rapid fire right now because they are implementing this. So could you handle a loss in clients? I just want to ask you that. You
well, I
already said
mean,
you're only taking home about 40,000 right now, and I don't want you to lose any more clients. Could you handle a loss in clients?
well, my clients won't leave. They've been with us for a while. Um, they're really happy where they're at. Um, and the experience, like I said, nobody's doing in that area. So that's why I'm looking really hard to put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that 50% is way too much. I've worked very hard for the last like 6 years, and um, 50% is very high. I mean, if you're willing to negotiate that, we can definitely talk about it. But if you're not willing to negotiate, I know my husband would not be happy if I would do that.
So
Um,
what is a fair number to you?
in percentage wise,
Yeah.
I mean, the 15% was already something huge because I never wanted to have anybody else take that. But I know you've lowered the monthly to 2,000. Um, I mean, I'm willing to go 20%. It's just 50% is just a little bit too steep.
So wow, 20%. 20%, and then you ask for me to also charge you only 2,000. Um, hmm, man, I really like you. 20%. Hmm. All right. Okay, what if we do the 20%, but we do 2,500? Can that work?
I could try to make it work. I mean, I'm just going to take a little bit more out of my retirement.
Hmm. All right. So look, I understand that. I don't want you to struggle in retirement. Look, I can do the 2,500, right? With the 20%, right? But one thing, look, I don't know, Nancy. How committed are you? Like, I gotta ask you that commitment question because now you're asking me to take a huge cut, and now we're gonna have to have to put in that work. That idea that you have, it has to happen. It has to happen if you're actually gonna work with me because now we're gonna have to generate more sales for me to even get to my 60,000, 50,000 that I usually get. Like, I mean, do you hire your workers at low cost wages?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. It's just I just can't. I can't do more than that.
Okay. Well, look, again, as I said, what I will do is we'll do like some financials for you just to make sure we'll see where you're spending extra money. But if I find extra money in your business, right, and then just reallocate it my way, is that okay with you?
Sorry, say it again.
If I find extra money in your business, like we'll go through line by line of your expenses, and if I find extra money in your business, can we like and I reallocate that over to me to make up that money that I'm taking a hit on? Is that okay with you? I mean, you were spending the money anyways. So, like if I reallocate it over to me, is that okay with you?
I'm just trying to understand. Like, if you're able to, I don't know, for example, save me $2,000 a month, you want me to just give it to you the $2,000 a month?
Yeah, I mean, you were spending the $2,000 a month already. So if I save you that money and then I reallocate it over to me to help you get out of that, like I want the success to be there, but I can't go at a low cost. I'm sorry. I'm just not willing to do it. Like you want me to work for, I mean, no disrespect, but McDonald's worker wages. I'm just not willing to do that.
Um,
So,
well,
I mean,
I can't say that right now. Well, it really depends on how we do things. I mean, right now it's either we decide to work together or not. I mean, right now this is what it is. I mean,
I
if you're
get
at
you.
2,500, 20% is, like I said, it's very steep for me. I will take that extra 1,000 out of my retirement, and that is like really like my husband and I really need to retire. We're tired. Um, that's the best that I could do. I mean, I don't know how much you're going to help me save. I mean, when we get there, can we talk about it?
That's what I'm saying. You said, well, okay, if we can get there, I just want to have an agreement with you that if I was able to just save you money and then just reallocate the money over to me, right? I'm saving you money. You would not feel a hit by this at all. You won't even feel it. You honestly, you won't even notice, right? So, like, let's say, for example, you got shampoos and you got a vendor, but I was able to take money from that. You got the same product, same vendor, but I was able to save you money, and then I just reallocated that over to me. You're
Like I
telling
said,
me,
Will, I don't know. You're asking me something for the future. I don't know what it's going to be. Right now, I can do
hmm
2,500, 20%. That's what I can agree to.
okay,
As for what you'll show me in the future, I mean, I guess we really got to see it from there.
okay,
I
cool. So, how about this, right? We talked about the implementation phase, and we said that it's going to last 6 weeks. So, I'll get started with you for the 2,520%, right? But if, things are going to go, which I know they were going to go successful, so they're going to go successfully, would you be open to renegotiating to get me back to where I'm whole at the 60,000?
Yeah, listen, if I'm able to see that, then yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, when would you want to look at that?
The six
In the
weeks.
two months?
Just give us the 6 weeks. Yeah. I told you, I'm committed. You're committed. We already established this. We already know the results are going to generate. So, I mean, if you see the profits there, you're like, well, actually, I can afford you now because you're so happy with the results. I think that's fair for us to
So what you're
renegotiate.
saying is you're gonna find me that 130. I'm gonna be making 136,000 in 6 weeks.
No, I said you're going to make a portion of that, but you're going to see that you are on the trajectory to make that. You're going to see it. It's going to be clear as day. Like
Well,
I told
listen.
you, yeah, but I want to make sure we're on the same page. As long as you see you're on the trajectory. If you don't, guess what? We'll stay at the current prices of what it is, 2,500, 20%. But if we see that you are on the trajectory to be able to sell the business within 5 years and make that $136,000 that you said you wanted to make, we can renegotiate terms, right? Because hey, the money's gonna be there. You can't say I'm only making 40,000. I mean, I'm gonna be in it with you. So therefore, I mean, I don't know if you want to hide revenue from me, but I don't think you would do that. I know you're a person of integrity, and I believe that you're gonna have a lot of success.
Hmm.
So I just
Um,
want to make sure we're on the same page.
I have no problem with that. It's just like when are you thinking to renegotiate or stuff like that? Is that going to be written on paper or like is it going to be like you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and say, okay, tomorrow you're 5,000? Like
No, no, no. Yeah, we're gonna come up with an agreement. That's why I'm just trying to have an agreement right now. Of course, this is being recorded for us, so that we're on the same page, right? But I just want to say that you're open to renegotiating after that 6 weeks. Just open to it, right? You're not that you have to agree to anything, but I'm just saying you'll be open to it.
sure.
Okay. All right, so Nancy, look, I put it on the calendar for implementation of starting today. When is the next time that you want to get together? Because I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do the 2,500 for the 20% with the renegotiating the terms, after 6 weeks. And if it stays the same, cool, I get it, I understand, and I'll be working with you, so I'll really be able to see the numbers. But I know that the potential for you to be successful is sky high, just off of the marketing aspect alone. So, I mean, look, 2,500, 20%, cool with that? And the
Yeah,
options to renegotiate? Okay. All right. So,
let's
look,
do that.
Key thing is we want to get you your time back so that you can spend more time with your husband and then eventually sell that business. I know you love it. You've been in the industry for a long time, but I know you're going to be successful and your idea of what you have. Whew, all I'm going to say is I'm in agreement with you and I'm so thankful for you being willing to agree to those terms. That's all I got to say.
Oh, thank you. And I appreciate you lowering the fee because I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it at the other price.
Look, I'm not here to take food off your table. I want you to be successful. So, it's going to be a pleasure working with you. I enjoyed this whole interaction, and I know that we're going to be successful together. So, thank you for it. And guess what? I mean, all that effort that I was putting into your competition, I'm going to put it into you now. So, I know they're my clients, but I like your idea a little bit better, and I'll give them the great service, but you're gonna get my special, unique touch because I believe in you so much. So, Nancy, I mean, any other questions you have for me? I just want to make sure we
No,
answered
that's it.
everything.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I
All right.
appreciate it. I think we're good to go.
All right. So, as far as your homework assignment and the agreement will come to you through your email, which I already have on file. And then for your homework assignment, I'm going to send that over to you to get started on that market dominating position. And then we will meet up within the next 48 hours. Is that okay with you?
Yep. Do you know what day, what time? Because like my schedule
All
is
right.
absolutely
So
nuts.
yeah. So within the next 48 hours, I mean, let's just give it 2 days. Let you marinate from this. And then, are you morning or evening? Which one works best? I mean, we met pretty early today.
Morning person.
Morning before
Yeah,
everything starts
morning for
up.
sure.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So does 7 a.m. work for you again? 2 days from now?
Sure. So that means every Wednesday at 7 a.m. or
Oh, I mean, we could set the schedule for consistent every Wednesday at 7 a.m. If that works for you, it will work for me. But I was just setting up this initial meeting so we can set everything in process for the going for the future.
okay. So yeah, sure. Let's start with the Wednesday and then we'll take it from there.
Sounds great to me. So Nancy, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I look forward to working with you. It's going to be a great partnership.
That's awesome. Thank you, Will, for your time. I really appreciate it.